Hello guys. Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
All right. We are
The,
back.
the Jeep Bros is back.
Unstoppable. This is an unstoppable train.
Today is our fans. We are sorry. Takabuta a few late back. Obviously, a couple of things happened. I got sick. I got a flu for like a week and a half. And then there was just work schedules that got to change and all that stuff.
Right.
So Takabuta a step back. It just made me realize that, social media, it's actually a full-time job.
It's supposed to be a full-time job.
Yeah, because and shout out to everybody who do this full time. It's actually a huge commitment. I always thought it was easy or simple up until we started doing this. Our work schedules and all these things, they was just started to go. To mess things up.
There's some form of commitment, of course, that's required, of which you need to check engagement, all those kind of things. You need to keep up with the trends, with the general trends of how things are unfolding in the world, so that you'll be able to convey the message.
Yes.
It is accurate and also it is engaging and useful to the audience.
Yeah, man. And you talk about consistency. Consistency is a really important recipe to success.
Right.
A lot of people, they dream big, but there's some really good ideas.
Yeah.
And we'll start as something in the world. I mean, obviously, you and I, we do this part time. It's just passion. We just will be sharing ideas. But talking about in a broader view of people who start something and they end up just doing stopping for whatever reason,
They don't make it to the finishing line sometimes.
Yes.
Just like we talked about on our very first video, that in life in general, you can dream all you want.
Right.
You can dream to be whatever you want. Oh, that's great. It's great to have a good vision and all of that. But you shouldn't put much more emphasis on dreaming than execution.
Right.
You should focus more on execution and actually get things done.
And it all also comes down to I think it's a mental issue.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yes. A lot of people face some challenges of actually being what they want to be. Because I just think most of the times it's in the mind.
Okay.
The first thing that usually people needs to change is the mindset.
The mindset.
How they think. Something what this is undoable.
Yeah.
You can't do this, and they look down upon themselves. Kuita sevan to look for more risk other
than the probable outcome.
The probable outcome, and in genre, a lot of people, you realize that there are people our age, millionaires. People our age, to run a business, very successful, and then you just wonder, it's just a matter of it all comes down to it's a mental issue.
Yeah, so you have brought a very important aspect in this conversation, the issue of commitment, right? Then you also brought the issue of procrastination.
Okay.
You know what, man? I think it's just wait. That's another way to look at it, of which you are also talking about a situation whereby you know what? This problem seems a little bit, it's way too big. It's way too big. I cannot get these things done or to get intimidated with the problem. But it's also about procrastination sometimes. When you keep on procrastinating things, it keeps on piling up, and that's how this end up seeming too big. But I was reading this other book So it was explaining the issue of procrastination as a detriment to success, right?
Okay.
So this person was bringing in a very important aspect about procrastination. So they said, it turns out sometimes it's not really about procrastination.
Okay.
It's about fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
Okay.
It also comes back to what we were talking about. Like we look at a problem from the perspective of with the mindset that, oh, you know what, this thing is unachievable. You cannot get this done. But but if you look at procrastination, fear, if you look at a little bit more closer, it turns out that you could sort of procrastinate. You know, let me postpone this thing. Fear no yakutrigger. You know what? Once I start this thing, the commitment yachona iri kudiwa ipapo ndokunazoita keep up with it. So I'm just you know what? For the good of my maybe for my mental health, let me just sleep and see what's up tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes. What? You know what I mean? So it turns out sometimes it's about fear. So I think we really need to address the issue of fear. Fear in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ipapo, I think you got a point. But then another thing is Kuti, we in the black culture.
Okay.
We tend to react kanata. This is our options.
That's our options. So you're talking about we are more reactive than proactive.
Yes. At this proactive way, kana munachira my normal life, kashoma kungot afunge bigger. But then kana his hands are against the whole match. Let's just say for example, you are working a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
Maybe aiming, let's say, decent income, like 85K a year. For some reason, this is everything. What are more comfortable and an opportunity to be an entrepreneur, you just tend to look. But let's say that's around now.
Yeah. Then also, oh, you know
what can I do?
Yeah.
What would ask Saka most of the time when
they has to happen, it seems like the same there's a trend you mentioned here is I don't know, is it a black thing or whatever, I don't know, but I think it could be a humanity issue sometimes.
Humanity, okay.
Yeah, I think that thing that you were emphasizing on, you know what, there has to happen something first.
Yes.
For example, maybe somebody has to go through something first, then to react, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Because if you react, then how is that other lives of people they might have been saved? Or if it's say for example, if you were to go bankrupt, that could have been saved by being proactive. So it brings in the idea of thinking in advance,
right?
And see and see, judging from the trends, you can see, you know what, there's a possibility that in the future we could have this kind of a problem. So what should we do before that problem actually attacks us? Just like my farmers, right?
Yeah.
You cannot wait for my insects kuti attack my plants. Kuti uzo is my pesticides, right? The best way is to put my pesticides and some preventative measures in advance before you because
man, I mean that's very interesting. But going back to obviously just the simple stuff, but we want to keep our podcast going, and
we want to keep it going for sure.
We always want to think of my fans and there are people who are looking up towards this, and then they felt disappointed with Magazine. But one person, I can't put the simple, obviously I was sick, but quite when I met Romeo, she didn't go so far.
This is an unstoppable trend.
Guys, my Romeo said to me, guys, she didn't go so far. I need to confess.
I think I have to say, to emphasize that statement again. You were talking about the audience. The audience remains and will ever be the backbone of our channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, man. I just want to take a quick break, get some water, but you can talk with the audience. But Patrick Zoka, we will be talking about, the Black American culture in America versus the Africans. Are we getting along? Is everything okay? But sometimes we feel like sometimes today got one question on. But I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's
just a quick break.
Okay. Okay, Chief Merire, this gentleman is gonna be back very soon. But yeah, we will continue to engage with you, our audience. Like I always like to say, you are the backbone of this channel, and we appreciate your support. It's something that we do not take lightly. We take it seriously. We thank you a lot for that. As we wait for this gentleman, it's gonna be back soon. All right. Oh, with the introduction of new superstars. I've said that you did.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Romeo.
Okay.
Obviously, this guy was sleeping.
Okay.
He just woke up. But I'm going to Pandima.
Yeah.
But nobody can stop it.
Yeah, nobody can stop it.
But Tangati Tower on the issue of.
You were talking about the contrast.
Yes.
Between
the Black Americans
and
the Africans in America.
In the way.
Do you see unity between us? For some reason, apparently this assumed hate or friction between us. We can't give room for one another. Especially telling the same people, because we're already the victims of my situations.
Right.
But for some reason, somebody argues the Black Americans here in America, they think my Africans they are better than them.
Yeah.
Which I don't really see, because you remember, it's just in Africa, we embrace the black culture. We listen to music.
If you look at I'm saying the overwhelming majority of Africans, to the best of my knowledge, they do listen to American artists.
Yes.
They follow the trends. The American trends and the African American trends, to be honest, from what I've received. Any person of our age, they do know the celebrities.
Yes.
The American celebrities
from
the United States, and they follow those trends.
And that notion,
I don't know, that should be a way to say, you know what, we don't really, if we focus more on what we have in common, I do believe we can have a great time. I think that's when, whenever we have conversations or whatever, we shouldn't focus too much on the differences.
Yes.
Because I think the problem usually comes
but then there are some Africans who view my Black Americans as people opportunity, and they are not doing enough.
They're not doing enough
to utilize them. And then also, but everyone is argue, I would know my conditions are in a system where education, we're not exposed to education, some were raised by a single parent. Do not end up job affect just in some Africans you have everything. When my parents, you have the land, you have all these things. But I don't know, it's such a debatable issue. I get along very well with most of the people that I work with.
Me too.
But this notion, it's for me just like I don't see you had an opportunity to work with some in
Yeah.
how was it like?
With a lot of them. So what I did is like usually at first glance, at first encounter, there could be some form of misunderstandings because of the way we engage. Sometimes could be a little bit different from the way the African Americans engage or the way they perceive things in general.
Right.
But I can tell you, after some couple of days, after having conversations with them, after we ended up finding we having more in common than differences.
Yeah, obviously.
And we ended up getting along, and we started calling each other brothers.
Yeah,
it was remarkable.
Of course, we're brothers.
And you know, and I remember having several conversations with African Americans, and they would say, you know what, man, you are my man. We're gonna let's get things done together. Let's just like Dr. Martin Luther King once said, we might have come in different boats or ships, but we are in the same boat now.
Yes,
we are in this together, and
yeah, that reminds me. February was the Black History Month.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the black people who are doing great in the industry.
Yeah.
Who is a black person who inspires you as far as or let's just say sciences, engineering, do you have any black celebrity that inspires you?
Any black celebrity?
I mean, there's a lot. Obviously,
there are lots of people, really, but when it comes to my inspiration, I think.
there are people who invented things. People of color, and who started a lot of things. But obviously, Martin Luther King is the father of.
Yeah, but I think one of the people who made a very big impact, in my own opinion, in that I have seen, I think Barack Obama.
Okay.
Yeah,
being the first
African American. American president, right? Okay. I think that was really truly remarkable, considering the issue of stereotyping.
Yes.
And I think he changed the perspective of people in a way that was so resounding.
And he did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I think
Obama. I can't specify anybody in the engineering field that I know of, but I think Obama.
But there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there are lots of people that we have done so different things. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Obviously, we're gonna cut this one short today because of my circumstances. I gotta say, but for me, it's just all about unity.
It's about unity, love. Kendrick Lamar, if everybody is authentic, what comes is just true love.
Yeah. So true love. Black Americans, our fellow brothers and sisters, and them from here in America or from Africa, we are the same. We are there's no division there. Let us not divide ourselves over Zungoni or Petty. At the end of the day, our goal is if I see a black man succeed, it's like we should celebrate for one another because but the is so inspiring to see one of your own winning, man. But otherwise, obviously. See you for next episode. Thank you so much for today. Shout out to everybody who tuned in, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.